Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Haunted Hymnbook in Whippingham Church. In the quaint village of Whippingham on the Isle of Wight stood an old church, its spire reaching up toward the heavens like a beckoning finger. Inside, the pews creaked with age, and the scent of incense lingered in the air like a ghostly presence. Holly, the newly appointed choir director, felt a sense of excitement mingled with trepidation as she perused the dusty shelves in the church's archives. One rainy afternoon, while rummaging through old boxes, Holly stumbled upon a withered hymnbook tucked away in a forgotten corner. Its pages were yellowed with age, and the cover bore strange symbols etched in faded gold. Intrigued, she blew off the dust and opened the book, revealing rows of handwritten musical notations. Rumours whispered among the villagers spoke of this ancient hymnbook, telling tales of its supposed power to summon spirits when its hymns were sung. Dismissing the superstitions as mere folklore, Holly decided to incorporate some of the hymns into the choir's repertoire for the upcoming Sunday service. As the choir rehearsed the haunting melodies, strange occurrences began to plague the church. Shadows danced along the walls, and whispers echoed in the empty halls. Holly brushed off the eerie happenings, attributing them to her overactive imagination. But during the Sunday service, as the choir sang the hymns from the ancient book, a sense of unease settled over the congregation. The air grew thick with a palpable sense of dread, and the candles flickered ominously. Suddenly, a chilling wind swept through the church, extinguishing the candles and plunging the sanctuary into darkness. Panic ensued as members of the choir screamed in terror, their voices drowned out by a cacophony of unearthly wails. In the chaos, Holly glimpsed shadowy figures lurking in the corners of the church, their eyes gleaming with malevolence. Desperate to escape, she reached for the hymn book, intending to put an end to the nightmare. But as she clutched the book in her trembling hands, a sinister voice whispered in her ear, urging her to continue singing. Compelled by an unseen force, Holly began to sing the hymns with a fervor she could not control. With each note, the malevolent entities grew stronger, their presence enveloping the church like a suffocating shroud. The walls trembled, and the ground shook beneath Holly's feet as the spirits manifested in corporeal form. As the last haunting chord echoed through the air, the church fell silent, the only sound the ragged breaths of the terrified choir members. Trembling, Holly closed the ancient hymn book, sealing away the malevolent spirits once more. But as she turned to leave, she knew that the horrors unleashed within the walls of Whippingham Church would never truly be banished, and the haunted hymn book would forever remain a silent sentinel, waiting to unleash its terror once again. Weeks passed, but the memory of that fateful Sunday lingered like a dark cloud over Whippingham Church. The villagers whispered of the choir's ordeal, their voices hushed in fear as they avoided the church at all costs. But for Holly, the horror she witnessed haunted her every waking moment. Nightmares plagued her sleep, visions of shadowy figures and haunting melodies tormenting her restless mind. She became consumed by an insatiable curiosity, determined to unravel the secrets of the haunted hymn book and the malevolent entities it had unleashed. Returning to the church under the cover of night, Holly ventured into the dimly lit sanctuary, the echoes of her footsteps reverberating off the ancient walls. With trembling hands, she retrieved the hymn book from its hiding place, its pages seeming to pulse with an otherworldly energy. As she studied the cryptic symbols adorning the cover, a sense of dread washed over her like a tidal wave. She knew that delving deeper into the mysteries of the hymn book would only lead to further danger, but she could not resist the allure of the unknown. With a mixture of fear and determination, Holly began to decipher the ancient hymns, piecing together fragments of forgotten lore and forbidden knowledge. But with each revelation, she felt the darkness closing in around her, threatening to consume her very soul. One moonlit night, as she stood alone in the church's shadowy depths, Holly made a fateful decision. With trembling hands, she raised her voice in song, the haunting melodies echoing through the empty sanctuary like a lament for the damned. But this time, something was different. As the hymns reached their crescendo, the air crackled with raw power, and the very fabric of reality seemed to warp and shift. From the depths of the shadows, the malevolent entities emerged once more, their forms twisted and grotesque in the pale moonlight. With a sense of grim determination, Holly confronted the creatures, her voice ringing out with a defiant strength she never knew she possessed. As she sang, the ancient hymn book began to glow with a radiant light, illuminating the darkness with its celestial brilliance. With a final, triumphant chord, Holly banished the malevolent spirits back to the depths from whence they came. And as the echoes of her song faded into the night, she knew that she had faced her greatest fear and emerged victorious. But the haunted hymn book still lay open before her, its pages filled with secrets and mysteries yet to be unraveled. And as Holly closed the book and left the church behind, she knew that her journey was far from over. For the darkness that lurked within the pages of the hymn book would always be a part of her, a reminder of the horrors she had faced and the strength she had found within herself. In the days that followed, Holly found herself consumed by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, driven by a newfound sense of purpose. She delved deeper into the secrets of the haunted hymn book, scouring ancient texts and forgotten manuscripts in search of answers. But with each revelation came new dangers, and Holly soon found herself ensnared in a web of deceit and betrayal. Dark forces lurked in the shadows, their whispers of temptation luring her further into the abyss. As she ventured deeper into the mysteries of the hymn book, Holly uncovered a sinister truth hidden within its pages. The hymns were not merely songs of praise but incantations of power, capable of summoning unspeakable horrors from the depths of the abyss. Terrified by the implications of her discovery, Holly sought counsel from the village priest, hoping to find solace in the embrace of faith. But the priest's eyes held a haunted look, and his words were filled with cryptic warnings of impending doom. Undeterred, Holly pressed on, determined to confront the darkness that threatened to consume her world. With the hymn book clutched tightly in her hands, she returned to the church once more, the weight of her burden heavy upon her shoulders. But as she prepared to confront the malevolent forces lurking within the shadows, Holly found herself faced with a choice that would determine the fate of all she held dear. Would she succumb to the darkness that whispered her name, or would she find the strength to resist its siren call? With a steely resolve, Holly raised her voice in song, the ancient hymns echoing through the empty sanctuary with a haunting beauty. But this time there was no fear in her heart, only a fierce determination to vanquish the darkness once and for all. As the hymns reached their crescendo, a blinding light filled the church, banishing the shadows and revealing the true power of faith and redemption. And as the last echoes of her song faded into the night, Holly knew that she had finally found peace in the embrace of the divine. But the haunted hymn book still lay open before her, its pages filled with untold mysteries and secrets yet to be uncovered. And as Holly closed the book and left the church behind, she knew that her journey was far from over. For the darkness may have been vanquished, but the light of hope would always shine bright in the heart of Whippingham Church, a beacon of salvation in a world consumed by shadows. And as Holly gazed out into the night, she knew that she would always carry the lessons she had learned with her, a testament to the power of courage, faith, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had a great day.